Hi YouTube, alright, I'm Joshua Dufferina. So anyways, I'm going to talk to you guys about time travel again, alright? That it's going to be invented on June 4th, 2008 when I turned 10 years old. Okay, look at that house right here. Me and my mom and dad and my brother moved there in June 2010. So, and I'm not going to say the name of this, I'm not going to say the name of the address for that house we lived in June 2010 through October 2020 because it's personal information. But keep in mind, me and my mom and dad and my brother will move to that house on June 4th, 2008 when I turned 10 years old on Wednesday, the 4th of June 2008. Because at the time, I will buy my very own phone on June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old to start my life all over again. Okay? And I want to say, what was I going to say? I'm buying my very own phone on June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old, which I'm going to right after time travel becomes worldwide and invented to be worldwide in outer space. Okay? So, when I turn 10 years old, I'll be putting Flickr and Twitter on my phone so I can post road signs and Walmart buildings, etc. on Flickr and Twitter right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old. And I want to say, and once I go to June 7th, 2008 on a Saturday, I will write Nickelodeon a letter to make sure they film a new adult Drake and Josh TV film titled Drake and Josh to begin filming on June 11th, 2008 all the way to July 14th, 2008. So wrap up filming in July 2008 right after filming adult TV film Drake and Josh in June 2008. And I will send Nickelodeon a letter on July the 19th, 2008, so they can begin filming Merry Christmas Drake and Josh on July 22nd, 2008 through August the 13th, 2008. So that Merry Christmas Drake and Josh can both be released on December 4th, 2008. You know, that it will have Drake Parker and Josh Nichols appearing without Megan, Crazy Steve, and their mom and dad. You know, get Mary Alice and her foster family to appear with Drake and Josh and whatnot. Okay, and not have any month, date, and year mentioned at all. And not have month, date, and year mentioned and shown in it at all. Okay. And not feature a prison, not feature a judge and the parole officer and police, and not feature a courthouse in it and whatnot. Okay. And get Drake and Josh to be living on their own and whatnot. And once I go to September 2008, I will write Nickelodeon a letter to make sure that Whatever Happened to SpongeBob begins production in September 2008 and air October 13th, 2008, being a season 5 episode. So I want to say, in Whatever Happened to SpongeBob episode, it needs to feature Smurfette from the Smurfs and Jenny Wakeman from My Life as a Teenage Robot to appear in it with Sandy and SpongeBob, and not feature Squidward, Patrick, and Mr. Krabs in it. And once I go to June 2009, I will write Nickelodeon a letter again and let them know that they need to make three new SpongeBob episodes to come in 2010. One is A Pal for Gary that needs to feature Sandy Cheeks, SpongeBob, Gary, and Mr. Krabs, and SpongeBob, Sandy, Gary, Mr. Krabs, Smurfette from the Smurfs, and Jenny Wakeman from My Life as a Teenage Robot to appear in A Pal for Gary episode. And A Day Without Tears needs to feature SpongeBob, Gary, Sandy Cheeks, Smurfette, and Smurfs Oh, no. Try again. A Day Without Tears episode needs to feature SpongeBob, Smurfette from the Smurfs, Jenny Wakeman from My Life's a Teenage Robot, and Sandy Cheeks and Gary, and Mr. Krabs. And get Gary and Love episode to feature Squidward, Patrick, Sandy Cheeks, and Smurfette, and Jenny Wakeman, and whatnot. Yeah. And I changed my mind. I'll put Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob episode, A Day Without Tears, A Pal for Gary. Alright. For right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old. And that house I moved to with my mom and dad in June 2010 through October 2020, me and my mom and dad will live there till December 2023. After moving there in June 2008 and whatnot. And also, my mom was born in October 1961, and my dad was born 1964 of February, and my Mimo was born 1943 of January, and my brother was born 1996 in September, which his birth year will be changed to 1995 right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old. Okay? So that my brother will be class of 2015 while I become class of 2018 right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old and whatnot. So, and I want you guys to invent time travel right away so that I can go back to Friday, May 13th, 2011, staying home with Dad, going to Godfrey Zoo with him and eat somewhere with him, take pictures and all that while my mom works at her school at Blue Angels Elementary. And you guys need to invent time travel right away so that I can go back to August 2008 through May 2011, having Mr. Matt and Mr. Lonnie as my 3rd through 5th grade teacher. And I asked Robert Lair a few days ago at the PALS program, see if he can be my PE teacher in 3rd through 12th grade at Blue Angels Elementary, Jim C. Bailey Middle School, and Escambia High. Robert Lair said yes, he'll be my PE teacher when I go back in time. And also, I asked my papa, Jim C. Bailey, if he can live till 120 back in July 2011 since he was born on March 24th, 1933. He agreed to at the time. But his body in 2013 of March said no because Jim C. Bailey wanted to die at the age of 80. His body said no, and people were like to me, Joshua, can you find some new pawpaws to fill in for Jim C. Bailey? I'm like, okay, fine. But luckily, I got my wish in August 2016 to have some new pawpaws. I picked Mr. Harris, Mr. Knowles, and Mr. Caroline. And, yesterday, or 2 days ago, I asked Mr. Gregg if he can be my 6th through 8th grade teacher in August 2011 through May 2014 at Jim C. Bailey Middle School. Mr. Gregg said yes, he'll be my 6th through 8th grade teacher in August 2011 through May 2014. And the other house my Mima lived on, that's near Blue Angels. I won't say the address name because it's personal information, okay? Mima moved away from that other house in August 2012, which that never needed to happen in the first place. So my Mima will have to live at that house permanently near Blue Angels Elementary right after I go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old. So guys, just keep in mind, okay? Keep in mind that I really want to go back to June 4th, 2008, turning 10 years old to start my life all over again, alright? Just let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Time travel won't be worldwide on planet Earth. It'll just be worldwide in outer space, okay? Just let me know what you guys think in the comment section and tell me what you think. Bye.